What's up, guys? Aldo here with PragerU. Joe Biden recently said that climate change is a greater existential threat to humanity than nuclear war. So today I'm at UCLA to ask students what they think about it and if they agree. What's a bigger threat to humanity, climate change or nuclear war?
Probably climate change.
Climate change.
Climate change.
I would say climate change.
Climate change, honestly. Ever since the Cold War ended, I don't think anyone's really down to do anything like launch nukes.
I think that climate change is something that is very much happening right now, and it's something that's very ingrained in our society. Like the kinds of storms that we were having when I was a kid here, because I grew up in California, and how it is now with how much warmer it is and all the fires.
I'm actually taking a class right now about like food sustainability through climate change, and I feel like if we don't address this, we have like issues of hunger, and then and I think nuclear war could just be stopped by government.
Nuclear war up a lot of, hurt a lot of people at one time, right? But climate change could hurt us all in the long run.
What metrics specifically concern you when it comes to climate change? Like, how do you measure it, and what is the proof that this is an imminent threat to humanity?
There's a lot of scientific data on like the changes in temperature, the changes in like weather that we've observed. And like I said, I've seen it in my own life.
I'm really not an expert in this stuff. This is just like the opinions I've heard from my professor and like the summaries I can remember from their papers that I'm reciprocating.
I'm not too like political or anything, but like I do try to gather what I can, I'm not necessarily picking and choosing my information, but yeah, pretty much picking and choosing my information.
So you're choosing to believe that climate change is a big threat?
I mean, it could be. I don't want the world to be all hot.
According to models by the US government, climate-related deaths are actually at the lowest point that they've ever been in 100 years. And when you take that into consideration, along with Russia recently pulling out of a nuclear test ban treaty, the Pentagon is working on a new nuclear bomb that's actually bigger than the one that was dropped on Nagasaki. Do you still consider climate change to be a bigger threat than nuclear war?
I hope it is. And like that sounds bad, but like I hope nuclear war isn't even in the question.
The amount of climate-related deaths are actually at the lowest point they have ever been in 100 years. Yeah, we have this graph here I can show you.
That makes more sense to me.
Like people weren't as advanced at technology like any of the things that we're advanced in today. And like this, even though it's that small, it's still big. And like I said, I don't want to believe that nuclear threat is a thing.
If you were to guess, what percentage of the atmosphere do you think is CO2?
Probably like 10.
I like 60%.
20%. I have no idea.
10%? I don't think it's, I remember the number not being that high.
Would you be surprised if I told you it was 0.04%?
Wait, really?
0.04. And actually, it was higher, CO2 levels were higher during the Ice Age. Does that surprise you?
Yes, that does surprise me.
We know from data and from models that when carbon dioxide increases, that's plant food. So as carbon emissions rise, we actually see food production globally increases. Even if climate is, changing and evolving, the human's ability to mitigate that, human's ability to adapt to that is a lot greater than, we're one bad leader away from pushing a big red button.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Now you dragged me into a different perspective for sure.
What's a bigger threat to humanity, climate change or nuclear war?
Nuclear war, bro.
Any question? Yeah, nuclear war.
Oh, nuclear war. Yeah. Nuclear war will cause climate change, so nuclear war, obviously, come on.
Nuclear war would be pretty devastating, and I would say nuclear war is like a more immediate threat.
I mean, all of the problems that are could possibly be produced by climate change, they're a joke compared to, just basic radiation, nuclear holocaust, essentially.
Why do you think your fellow students and your peers here are so much more concerned with climate change than the looming threat of nuclear war?
Mainly just misinformation, and they have no idea what's going on in the world. I can tell you, as someone who comes from Israel, I know the threat we have from Iran, I know the threat away from Hezbollah, from other areas around the world, Russia.
They've been propagandized. Yeah, that's an earth-worshipping cult if they believe that. Yeah, and you have to be taught that. That's what they teach here at UCLA.
I feel like saying that climate change is worse is just taking the opportunity to take a political stance as opposed to actually evaluate the question.
It's kind of this low-end political just mass, just this blob of people just agreeing with whatever I guess is seen as, virtuous.
Well, you guys, that's a wrap for this one. It was a really interesting episode, but I want to know what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Make sure to follow me and PragerU across all social medias, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. And we need verbal confirmation that we can use this for PragerU.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. You can. Tell Dennis I say hi.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. PragerU is a 501c3 organization. Help us keep our videos free by making a tax-deductible donation today. I appreciate your support.